talk with you, but no, this is something that comes from my sister who's running the foundation. But this is every year our leaders from Kalamazoo and New York come together for a social change project. We brought them here to Albany this year, and they had an opportunity to visit the food bank, right? And we're going to visit the Siena College, obviously, the Capitol, and also the New York Museum. So it's something that we're extremely proud of as a foundation, and give our leaders an opportunity to learn about other communities and spread the word, some of the core values of the foundation.
Why so important to focus on bullying?
Well, bullying, cyberbullying, I mean, that's a huge issue that our leaders have focused on. Quite some time they've been focusing on bullying. So it's something I think that it faces everyone, it affects everyone, even more so now than even when we grew up, everyone on the internet. So it's something I think that is a huge issue and a big problem in today's society, and we're proud of our kids for being able to attempting to tackle this issue for years.
So why do you still do this after retirement?
I'm sorry?
Why do you still do this? Why do this after retirement?
It's important. Everyone always talks about legacy and legacy on the field, off the field, but for us, the foundation has always been important. And giving back to the community, our family's always preached or always learned that if you have a little, give a little. If you have a lot, give a lot. So this is something that is important to me, my family, my sister, and the foundation will continue to be beyond the playing base.
Now that you're retired, has this given you more of an opportunity to interact with these kids and help out with your foundation?
Yeah, I mean, I've always had an opportunity to interact with, like you said, it's on a limited basis because of my occupation that I had. So now I do have a lot more time to do things.
What are you most proud of about the Charter Foundation? What you accomplished?
That's a tough question. Most proud of is when you see the young men and women that have graduated from the program and they come back and you hear their stories and their parents' stories and how thankful they are and how much the foundation and the leadership program has meant to them. That makes us feel good and make us, feel as though we're doing something right.
Are you staying as busy now as you did as a player?
Busier. I'm just not physically busy anymore. I don't have to use my body anymore, but that's how it comes in.
How did you choose this area?
Charlie?
Well, a couple years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, Derek was honored with the honorary degree here. And he's very proud of his doctorate title. And so we always said that we wanted to, after his career, bring all of our kids up here. We have a scholarship with the college and thought it would be great to have them on campus to expose them to Siena, which is an amazing school.
There's events going on all week for the kids that are here. Can you talk a little bit about what they've done already and what they're planning on doing?
Well, yesterday they had a community service project with the food bank, and it was in partnership with Goldman Sachs, Teamworks, which is their philanthropic volunteer efforts. So they went out to the farm and actually picked vegetables and boxed them up to be distributed out, and then they went and visited Camp Lovejoy to do mentoring activities with all of the kids at camp. So it was an awesome day.
We hear the impacts Turn 2 has. Do you have a story from one of these kids maybe of how this foundation has touched them or changed their life or impacted them?
There's a lot of those. A lot. I mean, like Derek mentioned, the alumni. We have alumni, I think it's 4 or 5 full-time staff that are alumni of our program, the Jeter Jewish program, and also we have about 5 or 6 alumni just coming back to volunteer, whether as a chaperone or just to come and be role models for the younger kids. So I think that's probably what I think is just the most impact, is when you see them go off to college and then come back to the program.
It's kind of tough to pick one story. It could be very difficult. We started this in '96 after my first year, so to pick one story would be hard.
Derek, you said you're busier now than ever. Has the transition to retirement been what you expected? Has it been harder, easier, or what you expected?
Just what I expected. I've played for a long time, 23 years professionally. I gave it everything I had, and it was time for me to move on and do something else. So it's exactly what I expected. I don't miss the daily grind of playing. It gives me more time to focus on things like the foundation and other interests I may have.
Is it important for you to have something like this to keep yourself busy once you stop playing?
Trust me, a lot of ways to keep myself busy. But yeah, my sister keeps me very busy now with the foundation.
So what have you been doing? What's it like away from the day-to-day grind of baseball?
What's it like? It's good. You know, it's physically I'm not on a schedule. I'm not complaining by any stretch of the imagination, but our seasons are very long. You don't have much time. You every single day, and now get an opportunity to do some things I've never done before. So, I love it. I recommend retirement to anyone.
Are you paying attention to what's going on with the Yankees?
Not closely. I mean, from afar. I have a lot of friends that are on the team still playing, so I'm well aware of how good they're doing this year. But I don't sit and watch games. I didn't watch games when I played, so I tried. I needed to get away from it for a while.
Playing in New York, though, how cool is it now to see what both New York teams are doing finally? Both are having really great seasons.
Yeah, they're doing good, from what I understand. I'm more aware of, what the Yankees are doing because, like I said, a lot of friends that are still on the team. But yeah, I think baseball's better in general than the New York teams are doing now.
I guess before we have a couple more minutes for other off-topic, any other questions related to this week? So it's Turn 2 Foundation about making healthy choices. You must have encountered so many temptations. What's the key that you're teaching these kids to turn away from?
Oh. Temptations, well, everyone's faced with temptations. I think, the one thing that we were always taught is you have to set your priorities straight. You have to set your goals, set them high. Work towards those goals and don't let anything or anyone interfere with them. So I was always goal-oriented when I was growing up, and I knew where I wanted to be, and I didn't want to let anyone or anything jeopardize that. So, temptation, I think, is something that everyone is faced with, but you surround yourself with good people. People that are going to tell you when you're right. More importantly, people are going to tell you when you're wrong.
What about bullying specifically, Derek? What's the message to the kids about how to avoid being bullied?
Well, I don't know if you can avoid it. Sometimes it happens, but you can help. Your voice is very powerful. Whether it's you watching someone bully someone, you can have an impact in stopping that. So I think a lot of times people see things from afar and they're sort of scared to stand up or step up or speak up, and that's what we're going to tell you.
Seeing the response that the Turn 2 Foundation gets, what does that mean to you, in its entirety?
It means that we're doing something right. We started this as a small family foundation. We had our first event in Kalamazoo. I don't even know how many people we have there. But we continue to grow. We've given back over $20 million, right, through our years that we've been around, and the support that we've gotten from the community just shows us that people believe in what we're doing.
How nice was to see when you were doing that retirement tour, a lot of teams were donating money to your foundation. How fun was that for you? How impactful was those, that
It's
helped?
huge. My sister wants me to play another year for the foundation, but I think everyone in the league knew how important the foundation was to me, and for them to give their money is much appreciated by us.
Growing up, did either one of you guys participate in any sort of programs, not necessarily exactly like this, but similar, where there was somebody to kind of guide you and mentor you?
Myself, no. And I say that because I think I was too selfish in terms of trying to worried about what I was doing and trying to get my career on track. That's why the kids that we have in our program, they should be commended for it, because I was not thinking about anything like this being a role model in the community. I mean, I tried to be with friends and peers, but in the community, no, because I was focused on myself. So these kids are pretty impressive. If you get an opportunity to meet them or talk to them, I urge you to do it. But they're much further advanced than I was. She might have different things, but me personally, they're more advanced than I was.
It seems every night we're doing stories about cyberbullying and just how it's intensified with social media and those type of things. How do you measure the success of a program like yours?
Well, it's tough to measure it. If you can help out, I know it sounds kind of cliche-ish, but if you can help out one person, then it's worth it. We've helped out many more than that. Measuring it, I don't know how you can measure it.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of different ways to measure it, but so this is why he does what he does. Well, for our Jeter's Leaders specifically, we just had an evaluation a couple years ago, and it was a grueling 6-month process, but we were able to measure statistics all the way back to the first year it started, looking at our alumni and the percentages that how much higher they are than the national average and giving back when they go off to college. And having 100% graduation rate, I think it just goes to show that the positive peer circle that they're in with this group and surrounding themselves with, like-minded people is really a key to success for them.
Derek, back on baseball, are you surprised?
Are we finished with all
Everyone got their
You're
answers?
itching over there.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
How rewarding is it to see, you sort of alluded to before, juniors leaders come back and be full-time staff members with your foundation? How rewarding is that to you guys to see that, trying to measure success and see for these people it works?
Well, I think it shows that they believe in what they went through. I think sometimes people are in programs and they don't really realize the impact or the impact that they've had on their lives until they're removed from it. So I think after they graduate, they feel the need and to come back and help out, and that means a lot to us. Like I said before, it means that they feel as though we always think that it's a successful program, but they believe it as well.
Were you bullied?
What's that?
Were you ever bullied?
Yeah, I think everyone was bullied at some point. Now, like I said, it's completely different because of the internet. Cyberbullying is huge, and I'm not dating myself, but it didn't exist when we were younger. All of us.
How's your website doing?
Doing very well, thank you. Doing very well.
Something else that keeps you busy?
I've been very busy with it, yeah. I've come to enjoy the business world and learning quite a bit, but I enjoy spending time trying to help everybody.
Jim Leywitz would like to let you know, just to remind you that he's got a story to tell, play his tribute, and he wanted me to let you know today that you ever need him to tell a story.
Well, the thing is we want players to tell. I don't want to go solicit stories from guys. If they want to tell a story, then that's what we're here for.
You've been part of the New York City baseball rivalry for a good chunk of your career. What does it mean, this whole Yankee-Met rivalry thing? Do you see it basically as a really good, healthy thing these days?
Well, rivalry, we never really looked at it as a rivalry when I was playing, because, we played them, that's 3 times at the beginning, now it's 6 times. I don't know how many it is this year, but they're in a different league. So like I said before, I think baseball's in a better position when New York teams are doing well, and that seems to be the case this year.
How about starting your career up here in Albany and Colony? How important was that? And looking back on it, could you imagine you are in the place you are today without being here?
Well, I didn't start it here. This was our double-A affiliate at the time. I was here for, I believe, 6 weeks. So I was in and out.
Oh no, we own you now. You're ours. We claim you.
Yeah, I enjoyed my time here. Minor league experiences are some of the experiences that you never forget. I was here with a lot of Yankee fans here that always came out to support us, and throughout my playing days, I'd always run into people saying that they remember coming to watch the Albany Colony Yankees play.
Do you remember any of that time? Like, is it a fond memory for you, or is it kind of a blur?
So long ago.
Yeah, it really was.
I remember. I do remember. I remember because, oh man, when I was here, I thought I was traded when I got sent up to AAA. So those are all memories that you never forget. So my memories are fond here. It was brief, but you never forget those times.
One more minute. Couple more questions.
What do you mean you thought you were traded?
I got called up to Columbus. The manager called, and I was right before the trade deadline. So I thought I was traded.
Do you anticipate a time where you'll take part in the old-timers activities?
Do I anticipate it? I'm tired, man.
Do you ever think
More
about
people got to come back before me.
do you ever think about how different life would have been? Obviously, your playing career, you would have done the same amazing things no matter where you played. But the fact that you were in the New York Yankee organization, one of the most storied organizations, you were able to do so much more and maybe helped the Turn 2 Foundation the way it did as well.
Well, this is the only place I ever wanted to play was in New York. It's fortunate because that doesn't happen, especially nowadays with free agency too often. So I think I was very fortunate. But yeah, I think you play in New York. Obviously, the platform's a lot bigger, and you can raise more awareness. Not only on the playing field but off the foundation as well. So I couldn't imagine what it would have been like. I try not to think about what it would have been like if I was somewhere else.
Are you surprised at the numbers that A-Rod has put up?
Surprised?
Yeah, you're surprised at
No, nothing surprises me. He's had a lot of success throughout his career, so I don't think anyone should be surprised now.
I mean, given the fact they had the year off.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard enough to play when you have a couple days off. So, I mean, Alex works extremely hard at his craft. He works as hard as anyone I've played with, so I'm not surprised at all.
Didi Gregorius, have you had any contact with him at all?
Yeah, I've spoken with Didi, yeah. I have. He's doing a great job. Well, like I said, I'm probably the wrong person to ask because I don't sit around and watch the games because I needed time away. But I'm well aware that he's doing that.
How hard is it to adapt to the New York spotlight?
Oh, I don't know any different, so I couldn't answer that one.
Yeah.
Could you ever see you having an official role in baseball down the road?
Yep.
Where?
I've been very vocal at one point. I would like to be a part of an ownership group.
You make it to the track while you're up there?
I'm sorry, what?
You make it to the track while you're up there?
No, I have not, no.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right.